And now may I invite Alki Mack, Systems Manager of Digital Inclusion Division, Office of the Government Chief Information Officer, the Government of the HKSAR, to share with us about the web accessibility. Ms. Mack, please.
Mr. Leung, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Alki Mack from the Office of the Government Chief Information Officer. I'm pleased today to be here to talk about web accessibility. Nowadays, we can access the web anywhere, anytime, on any device. But web is everywhere. But can everyone access the web? Web accessibility is all about making the website content and the mobile applications available for all. All means all segments of the community, including the persons with disabilities. According to the government statistics, we have about over 300,000 persons with disabilities in Hong Kong. It's about 5% of the total population. Persons with disabilities include persons with physical impairment, visual impairment, hearing impairment, as well as cognitive impairment. There are many reasons and benefits why we need to make our website accessible as well as the mobile apps. First, legally, we shall provide our website content and mobile apps equal opportunities to everyone to access our website and mobile apps. As an organization, you have to maintain the corporate social responsibility to build a barrier-free website. And for search engine friendly, making your website accessible means that you are friendly and make your content more accessible to the search engine and higher the ranking in the search engine result page. And an accessible website means that you can outreach to more online customers. And last is cutting the cost in the long run, because if you make your website more accessible, means it will be presented in a more structural manner, and it will be more easy to be maintained in the long run. I just have finished about what is web accessibility and why we need to make our website and mobile apps accessible, and what kind of standard we usually refer. Same as many other governments, we Hong Kong governments refer and making reference to the Web Content Accessibility Guideline 2.0 that is promulgated by the W3C. And these guidelines is telling how to make your website content more accessible to the persons with disabilities. And some of the guidelines also apply to the mobile application development. And there are 4 major principles. First, content is perceivable. For example, you have to provide the image on your web page an alternative text so that the person with visual impairments can understand what the picture is about. Second, the components and navigations are operable. For example, you have to make the navigation and make your web pages to be operable using the keyboard only, without a pointing device. Why? Because some of the persons with a physical disability, they couldn't use the device, a pointing device or a mouse as efficient as the abled. And the third one, the information and operation on the website should be understandable. For example, the navigation and the links information over across the whole website, different web pages, should be in the same consistent manner so that it can help some of the persons with the learning difficulties. And last, the content should be robust enough to be compatible with assistive technologies such as the common screen readers that those persons with abilities are using. Let me give you a few more examples to illustrate that 4 principles. The first, perceivable. This example is provide an audio alternative for a capture so that the persons with low vision or totally blind can use this audio capture to complete this form. Another one, operable. There is a pause function for a scrolling information frame here that allow the users to have enough time to complete the operation and have time to read through the content. Number 3, understandable. Here, I raise an example for putting some more input assistant and error identification cue here to help the users to completely understand what the website or the content provider wants to do with the operation. And finally, the robust should be compatible with common browsers and even some or one more version behind. In Hong Kong, web accessibility actually is in line with one of the 5 key actions area under our ICT strategy. That is, building an inclusive, knowledge-based society. We aim at bringing the benefits of nowadays the technological advancement to the needy groups so as to enhance their quality of life and let them have more independent life and engage them in such a day, the information society. And we, the Hong Kong government, just launched a web accessibility campaign 2 years before with an aim to promote wider adoption of web accessibility in the both public and private sectors. Under the web accessibility campaign, we take a multi-pronged approaches. Here is the 5 approaches: government leadership, fostering awareness, promulgating resources, building expertise, and encouraging adoption. We take the lead. The government work towards having all the government websites to conform to the WCAG 2.0 AA standard. And nowadays, we have over 80% of the websites, the government websites conformed to this standard. And we also encourage the public sector organizations to do the same. Now, 1/3 of the public sector organizations, they have the key web accessibility features in their websites. For awareness, we organize seminars and workshops for the business executive and the website administrators, ICT practitioners, and the tertiary students. And we have over 3,000 participants attended so far in the past year. And we also have developed a resourceful Web for All thematic portal for promulgating a lot of the resources that we built, especially on the web accessibility. We have videos, illustrations, and also the accessibility handbooks published over the thematic portal. And this year, we have also just published a set of accessible web page templates. These templates especially tailor-made for the non-government officers, organizations and small to medium enterprises for them to build barrier-free websites. And we provide sample codes that have already incorporated the essential web accessibility features. Let me name some of the features here. Number 1, provide skip to content. This is especially useful for the persons with visual disabilities because they heavily rely on the screen reader. Every time when they go into a web page, they don't have to listen again and again the navigation bar. They can strictly click this to skip to the main content of the web page. Number 2, provide meaningful alt text for images. And we are not encouraging image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4 for the alternative text. We wish to have a meaningful one. Let everyone to understand the whole web page. And number 5, we also built in allow to resize the text, the font size, the text. And this is especially useful no matter the browser can be enlarged, you use a Control+, Control-, but it is especially useful to someone who is not very familiar with the quick keys of the browser. Even the elderly, they see this logo from the small a to the larger a, they know it is the text resize function. And we also, number 8, encourage to use sufficient color contrast. Both are good for the persons with low vision as well as the elderly people. And you can download the web templates from this link and so to build your barrier website. For building expertise, we highly recommend to start it at the very beginning. A good place is for the universities. The local university and institutions have already incorporated web accessibility in their relevant ICT curricula. And last but not least, we encourage adoption. This year's 2013, we co-organized with the Equal Opportunities Commission a recognition scheme on web accessibility. We aim at recognize the local enterprises and organizations for their efforts and accomplishments to make their websites accessible. We make reference to the International WCAG 2.0. We offer free assessment and advisory services. And we do the assessment and invite the persons with disabilities to verify their accessibility. And finally, we have a awards presentation ceremony and grant them the right to use our accreditation logo, just as this logo on their webpage. And this is the first year award, some of the first year awardees. We have granted a total of 70 awards, gold and silver awards to the organizations. We have university, bank, online newspaper, and we have the Hong Kong airport and some NGO. And this year, for 2014, we continue to co-organize with the Equal Opportunities Commission. But this year, we will add the mobile applications streams in addition to our website. And a wave of the publicity and the promotion for the awardees and the awards presentation ceremony will be organized next year in April. More detail, please refer this link. And in closing, how you can get involved. Always keep web accessibility in mind and adopt web accessibility for your websites and mobile apps. Encourage your colleagues and content providers to make sure they fully understand the importance and the legal requirements to make those contents accessible and offer them the relevant training. And also, you are encouraged to bring attention to the clients and business partners to do the same. And most important, your suggestions are welcome. Please feel free to download and use our accessible web templates and get the feedback to us. And last but not least, join us, the Web Accessibility Recognition Scheme 2014. And we can join the Recognition Scheme 2014 and have the website and mobile application make it accessible. If you have further inquiries or any suggestions, feel free to contact us through the email or give us a phone call. And let's join hands in making a caring and inclusive society. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mack.